What's good, football fans? Back at you once again with another video. And you know, with preseason just right around the corner, I wanted to come on and talk about a player that I believe is going to put some serious pressure on those guys, you know, towards the middle to bottom area of the wide receiver depth chart, mainly from like Dax Milne down, so to speak. And the guy I'm talking about is Byron Pringle. Now, he's a guy that his first 3 years in the league did a whole lot of things for the Kansas City Chiefs, and more importantly, a whole lot of things for Eric Bieniemy. He went out in free agency in 2022 and he had a bit of a disappointing year with Chicago, but I'll get back to that in a second. For right now, let's just hop right into the film. You know, when I first started looking at Pringle's film, I really didn't know what to expect, but it was clear right away that this guy will catch you kind of off guard with his shiftiness and, you know, his speed. To be quite honest with you, I was not expecting a guy with that kind of size to be that fast, but he was. And as you can see from that play right there, he's super shifty and he can make a play, you know, really out of nothing. And that's something that you like to see from a guy who's, you know, kind of down on the depth chart, so to speak. I believe we can definitely look at our depth chart and know who the top 3-4 guys are. But, you know, a guy they bring in off the street who Eric Bieniemy has plenty of experience coaching, you know, he's a guy that could be a threat to the guys in that 4, 5, 6 area. And when you look at the film from Kansas City, you can see that they really thrive on, you know, on quick reads and hitting guys like, you know, Pringle that are shifty and have a little bit of speed that can make plays out of nothing. Now, by no means am I saying he's as shifty as a Tyreek Hill, but yeah. Seeing the film from the Kansas City Chiefs and seeing Bieniemy's offense in action, it really, you know, kind of leaves me foaming at the mouth, because I have for years wanted, you know, our team to be able to attack the goal line the way that this offense does. And Pringle was a part of that in 2021 and was a big part of it, I might add. As you can see, he's highly skilled. I love that little move he put on him right there, and he pulls the catch in. It helps that his quarterback has a clean pocket and makes a perfect throw as well. Just an example of great execution. I sure hope that Sam Howell can take this offense in, because I believe that the way that it's built definitely can put points on the board. And a guy like Pringle can fit right into it. Love to see that kind of catch right there, where your wide receiver does his job fully, your quarterback does his job, puts it right on the mark. Boom, touchdown. You know, one of the things that I saw that really stood out, that really caught my eye, was the way this kid fights on any given play to be able to get open, to, you know, to give his quarterback a chance to complete a big play. Now, as we all already know, Patrick Mahomes holds the ball till the very last second and then lets it go, so he's pretty special himself. But if you watch this play, Pringle, he does not give up. Look, he cuts back, cuts again, cuts back again. That's 3 cutbacks. Wide open, touchdown. I mean, what more could you ask for from a guy that's your 4th or your 5th option on the offense? You know, he steps in, he runs his route, it's not there, he moves around, resets again, resets yet another time, boom, there it is. This angle's not all that great for it, but you can see him come across, and yeah, there the play is. Again, the number one thing that I learned from watching Byron Pringle's film is that this guy is faster and shiftier than you think. And I, like everybody else in the world, I love big time plays, but at the same time, I absolutely love a player, you know, like a Pierre Garçon that can get the ball and just take off with it, you know, and do big things with it, you know, make a big play happen, make something that you weren't expecting. You catch the ball in the open field or whatever, just a little 7 to 8 yard play, you make a couple moves and you're gone. I love seeing this. And I'm certain that Eric Bieniemy was foaming at the mouth when he saw that name pop up on the free agent list. I am certain of it. He thought to himself, now there's a quick hit candidate for me. I can put on the field. I know what that kid can do, you know, and I don't have to question it. You watch it from this angle, you'll see him. Let's see that. 1 person missed. 2, well, actually, that second person he just outran. I mean, that's a lot faster right there. His game speed's a lot faster right there than I would have imagined. Now just watch his acceleration. He hits that edge and he is gone. 20 yards to the end zone, nobody even there. Here he is showing his little intermediate inside route tree right here. He's really good at those kind of catches too, man. Right across the middle, good little 15-yarder. Money in the bank. There it is. Cha-ching. Again, never give up. Down by the goal line, this guy makes it happen. Of course, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes too, but watch, he doesn't give up. Cuts back, touchdown. I'll say it again. What more could you want out of a fourth or fifth option? He makes the play. And looking at it from this angle, it also exposes the idea of some trickery to me. I believe that Eric Bieniemy definitely will resort to trickery when needed. We all know that Andy Reid was a master forever in Philadelphia with it and has proven that he can, still do it today. Bieniemy spending all those years with Andy, you got to know that he's picked up on that. This play right here is further evidence of that. We don't see it from the other angle because we didn't see that Tyreek Hill was actually the guy that lines up as the quarterback run to center. And the defense kind of gets a little, like what the hell's going on here? But then, of course, Mahomes pops up and it kind of throws the defense off for a half a second, at least enough to be able to set that play up, to have Pringle come back inside and everybody's confused enough to make that a touchdown. I mean, it's perfect execution if you think about it. And to me, this is not only Pringle's athleticism on display, but also Bieniemy's play calling, or at least, Bieniemy's skill as a person who develops the plays, the in-game, philosophy or whatnot. Now, here's a solid example against us, I might add, of him being able to catch the ball, stay in bounds after he took a pretty big hit. And he kept the ball. He didn't drop it right there. That's what you want out of a guy that's looking to get that first down and, maybe a little bit extra, move the chains. You watch it back from this angle, you really hope that Sam Howell could grasp this kind of offense, because if he does, the opportunities are going to be there for a guy that has his touch, because this is the kind of play he can make that. I saw him do that in college on his college film and watching UNC, myself live, that he definitely can make those plays. And Pringle, as you see, can hold on to the ball and make those kind of first downs that every team needs. And one thing that the film has shown me that I know will be beneficial for a scrambler like Sam Howell, or a guy that isn't afraid to run like Sam Howell, is that Byron Pringle likes to move around and come back to the ball. He does it well. He has experience doing it with Patrick Mahomes. I'm not trying to say that Sam Howell can spin the ball like Mahomes, but I believe that Sam Howell is capable of doing a play like this one right here. Like, Sam Howell is capable of being able to move the pocket outside and be able to come back across himself and throw that pass. Now, I know that that's looked at as one of the toughest passes in the game to throw right there across your body. And Mahomes does it perfectly right there. But give credit to Pringle for being able to go up and get that, knowing that the hit was coming. And I love Pringle's ability right here to top point the ball and be able to go up, get it, take a hit again, and come down with it and not fumble. That, my friends, is what you want to see on the football field. If the guy's not as highly dynamic as, Jahan Dotson or whatever the case may be, a guy like Pringle can go up and make that catch and bring it down and hold on to it. It puts you down at the 18-yard line and you're set up with first down. I mean, that's what you want. And as you can see right here, he's not afraid to go across the middle either and make those catches. I have a feeling we'll see a lot of this play right here. I'm not saying it'll be a bread and butter type play, but I have a feeling we'll see a lot of this year. That offense Bieniemy uses is built on a lot of quick reads and quick hitters, you know what I mean? And as you see, Pringle's pretty good at those kind of plays too. Makes the first guy miss, makes the second guy miss. Again, first guy miss, second guy miss. Another example of perfect execution right here. Great route running, great receiving skills, great ball thrown, great freaking catch, and we get a touchdown out of this, right? I mean, Kansas City really loved this guy in 2021. I don't know why they didn't throw a little extra dollars this way. I guess it's because Tyreek Hill had to be paid, right? I heard one person say that they thought maybe it was a red flag that he went to another team and didn't do well when he went to Chicago last year and kind of flopped. He only had like 10 catches the whole year. To me, that should speak dividends to us. We should be hearing that and licking our chops because he's back in Bieniemy's system And Bieniemy knows how to use this guy. I mean, he is a player that EB has definitely some history with. And what else could I say? The guy gets out there, he's not afraid to take a lick, and he moves the chains. I mean, what else could you ask for from a guy that sits 4th or 5th down the depth chart? Dax Milne better be afraid. For real. Now, I love this play right here because it's Travis Kelce is underneath the center right here, and the ball gets snapped. The play goes off, and he sells it like it's going to be a run at first, and then slides across the middle. Kelce throws the touchdown pass. I don't know if you guys remember this game or not, but that was a hell of a play, and he was wide open. Now, I realize that maybe I'm a little bit bigger Logan Thomas fan than the average cat around the house, but let me just tell you, this play right here has got Logan Thomas written all over it. Again, down by the goal line, the guy just knows how to get open. Mahomes holds the ball to the last second, gets him the ball, touchdown. I mean, again, what more could you ask for? And watch it again. Mahomes is about to get creamed too, and just out the corner of his eye sees Pringle. Boom, touchdown. Now, anybody that's watched my videos before knows I always look for the good and the bad. I always look for, if the guy can block or what the intangibles are with him. With Byron Pringle, I'm kind of somewhere in the middle of the road. Some of the things I saw were good. Some of the things were kind of, he's not really that great of a run blocker, but of course, most wide receivers aren't. Like, for instance, on this play right here, he kind of uses a little bit of a mesh concept route right there, and borderline pick, but the play leaves Kelce wide open in the center of the field, which is what that offense was always designed for, which is another reason why I think Logan Thomas is going to have a big season this year, because the offenses are almost always shaped around the tight ends over those, and it was Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy style offenses. But there's no doubt in my mind that Pringle's whole job here is just to slow down a little bit and run a route that keeps him to the inside of both of those defenders so that Kelce is wide the freak open in the middle of the field. First down. And you see it from this direction, just like child's play. Yep, set up. Now, in this play right here, he doesn't do anything spectacular, but he does everything he needs to be able to get a touchdown out of the play on that side of the ball. He makes enough momentum going towards the goal line with his guy that there's just enough there for the running back to come in, put his head down, and fall forward enough to get that touchdown. I mean, did he blast anybody away? Absolutely not, but he did what he needed to. Here's another example of some midfield, kind of downfield blocking right there on the edge that kind of set the tone for that play and allowed it to get to the middle of the field. Same thing on the other side of the field on this play right here, except for the ball doesn't get to where he's at, but he's still downfield blocking his man. I wanted to show this play right here because he completely whiffs on his block right here. I mean, completely. Like, he had a choice here of what he could do, and he did neither of the two. He either could have gone wide, on the outside over there and tried to get that corner on the outside, which he realized real quick he wasn't going to be able to, or he could have gone back inside and got that linebacker right there, and he completely whiffed and missed that guy, who in turn turned around and grabbed his running back, and to the ground he went, right? Kept him from getting the first down, I might add. Yeah, I was none too impressed from this play right here. He looked horrible blocking on this play right here, Like, had one job to do and just whiffed. Same thing on this play right here. One job to do and completely whiffed. You see number 20 just goes right around him and makes the tackle on Tyreek Hill. That's not Tyreek Hill, that's Hardman, I think. Just goes right around him and makes the tackle. On this play down by the end zone, he just completely whips on this guy, trying to block him. Look, at the end of the day, Byron Pringle will be 30 years old in November. He is not an answer for the long run. What he is a short-term plug-in piece that's going to be able to fit somewhere between, I'd say probably wide receiver 5, and he's going to make it interesting for the rest of the roster because he can return kicks. In 2021, over in Kansas City, he had 621 kick return yards, and he had 324 the year before, and a touchdown. You know, this is a guy who appeared in all 17 games for Kansas City in 2021 and started 5 and gave them 42 catches on 60 targets for 568 yards and 5 touchdowns. And then in 2022, when he stepped out, went over to Chicago, signed the new deal with them, he only played in 11 games. He only had 10 catches for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pretty obvious he did not fit that system. You know, pretty obvious that his last year over in Kansas City, he really had learned what Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid were trying to put in front of him. At 6'1", 201 pounds, and with the speed this guy has, it's deceptive, by the way. I expect this offense to definitely work him into the mix. You know, preseason is going to be an interesting time in that wide receiver section, like 5, 6, 4, 5, 6 area. It's going to be real interesting because there's a lot of younger guys that are below that area as well, trying to make the team still. And then you got guys like Kashmir Allen and guys like Dax Milne who are kind of down there near the bottom that need to kind of like show out. Preseason should be real interesting in that particular position battle. To be completely honest, I'm real hyped to see how this one turns out. A lot of this depends on how good Sam Howell picks up on the system, but I can see big things happening here. At any rate, for those of you that haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button before you leave, and drop down in the comments section and let me know what you guys are thinking. I really would like to hear everybody's opinion about where they see this offense going. Y'all take it easy. Peace.